this is Cinema.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at Beyond the Sun, a game from Dennis K. Chan and released by Rio Grande Games.
It plays from 2 to 4 players in about 100 minutes.
Yeah, this is the other of the two big titles from 2020 that we didn't get to play in 2020. The other being Dune, which is just a review of. You can go and check that out if you want to. So Beyond the Sun is a basically tech tree, the game. That was what made me really intrigued about checking out this game, because I like tech trees in video games. I enjoy like a branching kind of, you do this, you end up getting different kind of things. And this game does that in a very interesting way. So basically this game here, you see the game board here, is basically a huge tech tree. You start with the level 1 technologies, you go on the level 2, 3 and 4. And to be able to make these technologies or Research. Thank you so much. I was really looking for the word. You're just sitting there silently and knowing I was looking for it. So researching, that was the word. Research these technologies. You have to have done prerequisite. So if I want this, I can just be here. But if I want to go, for example, over here, I would need to go here and here to be able to do that. And that's very neat. So how this works is basically it's a worker placement game with one worker. So it's more like an action selection game with some blocking basically. You start here with these basic spacefaring actions. These are blocked off in the beginning and you don't have any actions out on the board. But the more of these technologies you research, the more of these actions you can do. So everything here works with these dice, or as the game likes to call them, cubes. I don't know. There's even an event that says, pick up the cube and roll it like it's a die. Because it's a die. But you don't roll it, so that's probably why they've chosen it. Just was a wording thing I thought was strange. So these dice are cubes, are supplies when they are over here, and then they can be basically workers for you that you need to do different actions, and not for worker placement, but for spending for different things. And also they can be ships placed over here on this galaxy board where there is a area majority basically. So I'm gonna try to take over this system over here. When I do, I get to place a disc on it that shows that I have that thing, and also make some of my production better. But then other people can come and have higher numbers and take that away from me. And if I have a specific number, I can also colonize it to get that added bonus indefinitely, and also get some points for that. To research these different things, you use these cubes as workers, and you place them over here after you do some actions. And when you come to these later ones, there's events that we look at, and the event will give you some eventful thing. And then after that, you're going to add a new technology over here. And how that works is that you look at these colors going out from the ones that connect to it, which is a red and a blue. I'm going to choose red. And I'm going to take from this level 2, because this is a level 2, I'm going to turn over until I find 2 which has a red on them. So not this, and this has red. Now I have these 2 to choose from. I will choose one of them and place it in. A lot of them gives me immediate bonuses, and most of the time also a action space that only I have until somebody else researches that as well. And that's basically what you are doing in the game. There's achievements that you're trying to get to, and when a definite number or a set number of these achievement discs have been placed, depending on the number of players, the game is going to end. You get points for getting technologies, getting colonies, and all that. This is one of the longer rules explanation I've done in a while. I don't know. It's just like I almost explained the game now, because it is a very good game. And usually now I give the word to you, but you wanted me to talk about the artwork.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that this game doesn't look appealing to them. So what do you think?
We are not the people to ask if a game looks good. But because I see it differently than other people's. I can see a game and say, oh, this looks beautiful. I like that. This looks fine. I don't care. There's nothing here that makes me be, oh, no, I don't want to play this. That's just strange. Like, I can see there's a lot of white in the game. There's a lot of these. It's a lot of white cards, basically. And there's a lot of these player boards. They're white. And everything is basically very easy. But I like it. It looks sciencey. It looks very like plain
sciencey, yes.
and sciencey and nerdy. And it looks also, it's also very like, it's a huge board, a very big board, but it has to be so that we can actually read this and see the lines. If it was only like a bit smaller, it would be very crammed and harder. The cards are fine. I'm like, I don't see how would you make this look better. Like it has some shading. It is a white technology slab basically. I don't know. Like, should it be red?
You could have like an image in the background, but that would make the board more chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
The actions would be harder to find, and also when you have these cards with a lot of text on them, you don't need any background anyway. So
I don't miss it. For me, like this,
I agree.
It's functional, and this board looks kind of neat. Actually, this is more like an artworky piece of board, and even though it's very easy to see, I like the look of the planets. I like the look of these planets that you get from the system cards.
Yes.
So for me, it just looks very good, and it has it's an art. I will put this on my wall. Not that, but it's functional and it does what it should do. Thumbs up for me.
Yeah. Player count wise, we played this with 2 and 3 players. I enjoyed it at both players.
Yes.
Playtime is about an hour for us, so shorter actually than the box says.
A lot shorter.
It's just like there's a lot of game here in such a short amount of time, I think. What do you think about 2 versus 3 players? I thought they were good, both of them.
Yeah, they're different. The 2-player game is more of a multiplayer solitaire, where you basically can choose something and do that. It's not that much of the tension that you get with more players. And the playtime here is just perfect. Like the first time we spent 1.5 hours, the first time with 3 players, which I thought, oh, this is actually kind of fast. Like a big game like this, a lot of game in 1.5 hours. And then we played 2 players in under an hour, and then we played 3 players again in 1 hour and 4 minutes, which is amazing. There's just so much game for an hour.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of different things to do in this game. Like you have different strategies. You can basically there's like 2 main strategies: going heavy for these technologies or going heavy for doing the space thing. Everything is space thing, but going beyond the sun.
You're very nice on the thingies today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
All
be
the
you.
things.
I'm just trying to be you and
You're
see
good at it.
how it feels.
Yes.
It feels bad. But going for the systems. But the thing about this game, which makes it feel like there's room for doing different things, is because it's very different each time you play.
Yeah.
Because you end up getting different technologies. These are in different spaces at the start of the game, the level 1s, which then means that the level 2s are going to be different because, here it's red and blue. That's different cards that will match that. And there is just so many cards. And to make an expansion for this would be super simple. I mean, not super simple like sit down in an evening, but not too hard, just to add a new pack of cards and new technologies and maybe some new systems. I would just maybe a couple of new of these special ability boards, just a lot of things. I enjoy that there's so many different things to do. I enjoy exploring basically this game.
Yeah.
It's for me what I really, really like to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that choosing, when I research the tech, choosing which tech I want, that feels really rewarding.
Yes.
And it feels like I'm making my own path, because I can choose to focus on colonization or getting ships on the map, or I can focus on just like making my production better and making my research better. And it feels like I'm making these choices. And it doesn't add too much to the AP, because you get just 2 choices to choose between, so that goes kind of fast. And I think you also can get a little lucky with the cards, but the fact that you choose the color that you want to focus on helps a lot for me.
And there is also an advanced version to play when you choose cards a little bit different. We didn't get to play that. I didn't really feel the need. Maybe after I played it more times, I will feel the need to do that, just to try it out. There is though like advanced player mats, and we did play with those.
Yeah.
There is just like a lot of different things. So let's just talk about the player mats now, because I just started talking about it.
Yeah.
The player mats here, this is the advanced version. So each advanced player board has 2 different abilities, and those kind of like tells you what to do. So the game is more sandboxy when you play it with the just basic ones. Basically, with the basic ones, basically. With the basic ones, you basically get some basic bonuses in the beginning, basically. That's what you're doing. Other than that, the boards are the same. But here, the boards are different. So where these columns are will be different. Where you have different abilities will be different. And even the designer said, like he said, like the on Twitter, he said the consensus so far is that the advanced are more kind of not forcing you, but like pushing you. You have to do this thing to make this work. And somehow I feel that it might be harder to like exploit it, but this is giving me something to go for these advanced ones. So something in me tells me that playing this as the first time would be easier, but then again, but it's a bit too complicated for that.
Yeah.
So the sandbox thing then is better. I think I like both almost the same, but I think I like the basic boards a bit better for me.
Yeah, and I love that I have the opportunity to do both, because then I can see what am I in the mood for. Do I just want to sandbox my way around and find out what I want to do, or do I want to start with something specific so I get more of a challenge to master that specific way of the game to be. I also think that the events in this game are very balanced, I must say, because some events in some games can feel random. These are mostly beneficial for all the players, but a little bit better for the one that actually turns it around, or you get to decide something that may be beneficial to you. So that gives you the little like push to go for some new technology before someone else. So I like the events.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Like there's 2 each in level 2 and level 3 that's always in there that take these away and it gives a small bonus to the player. There's been a couple of times like this can happen that you go here and you flip in and it says, oh, it's going to do something for exploration, and I'm not going to have it go into exploration. But the ones that are giving points for something and you draw it, you can choose to either put it in a game or take it out of the game.
Like
that is very neat. So it's not like, let's say you don't go for getting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you draw a card that says, in the end of the game, get 1 point for every 2 people you had. And you had to place it out. That would not be good.
Yeah.
But then because you have that choice, and that of course is random, because if I got that event and I had a lot of people, I could choose to get it in a game. So it's that's kind of like a wonky little thing. But I enjoy these events a lot more than events in most games.
Yes.
And also because it is a shorter game. So I think we should do some longer final thoughts. Are you ready for that? So do you want to begin?
Yeah, I can do it. I actually really like this game. First time I played it, I was just like, this is nice. And the second time I played it, I was just like, oh, I want to go for this and try to plan a little ahead. And it feels very racy because you're aiming towards these final goals and you want to be like best at them first.
Yes.
And and like suddenly everyone's getting these achievements and you're just like, I can't do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And this has grown on me. I'm looking forward to playing it more. I'm giving it a 8.5.
I love this game. This is one of those games that I was so happy to get. After playing Nevada City from Rio Grande Games, not saying that the publisher will always publish the same type of games, I was a bit wary of playing this. But I heard people speaking good about it, and so I jumped on the chance to get it as soon as possible. And it's so good. Like, this is one of those games that, I've spoken about this before, that feeling inside, when you get that feeling of, this is fun, this is fun, this is fun. I have that. And it's so quick. Playtime, an hour with 3 players. That's just so great. Not many games that you can play in that hour. Is it super deep? No. Is it super heavy or complicated? No. It's just like a perfect medium game. An hour for 3 players, like 20 minutes per player. It's perfect. So much fun. I feel like if I play it a lot, probably gonna be, I can start remembering what cards will be on red, what cards will be on that. But if they add an expansion with some new cards, maybe a couple of these new player boards, it's gonna be even better and make it fresh for me. This is a game I want to keep in the collection. This is a game I want to play again. I really like this game. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it is a superb game, one you should really check out. It's amazing.
Nice.
And that's the end of this review. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, please do it. It's free. It's fun. You will see us many times. You press the bell button, you will see us even more many times. And that's awesome. If you want to do something that's not free, you can go to patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and you can support us there. That helps out a lot.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.